Well, welcome back to Random City Sports Ballers. It looks like fantasy baseball season has opened. Mock drafts have not yet, but I've signed up for 2 leagues. I have, you can see here, Random City Sports Ballers. That is a $50 league, and Empire Strikes Out. That is a $20 league. Drafting Empire Strikes Out happens tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and Random City Sports Ballers will draft at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. So I'll let you know how those drafts go, and we'll take a look at them afterwards. But for now, what I'd like to do, let's get into one of these leagues here. You see, this is a good league. There are 12 teams in each of these leagues, so it's, wow, is it hard to win one of these leagues. But with the strategy I'm about to talk to you about, we'll probably get there. Now, if we take a look, you can see they have some rankings here on people, but I don't want to look at the rankings so much as I want to look at the draft. What are people drafting right now? Because there have been some drafts have happened. So if we look at here, you can see you got draft analysis and you got the players. It tells you where their average draft position is. So let's take a look at that instead. Okay. We're going to bring this up by average draft position because I want to see where people are taking these folks. Looks like Acuna is going first overall, and then Trey Turner, and then Aaron Judge, and then Jose Ramirez. Okay, so now I'm probably targeting, I don't know what my draft position is. Let's go ahead and say, what do you say we pretend that we are draft position? I'm going to handy dandy notebook. What do you say for our draft position? Let's randomly say I'm going to be 4th in draft position, and it goes exactly like this draft says. So if I was 4th, I would be taking Jose Ramirez right here, right? He is a 3rd baseman. So let's write out our catcher, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, shortstop, outfield, times 3, a utility, starting pitcher, times 2, relief pitcher, times 2, and then pitcher, 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 pitcher. Just writing it out like this. And the first thing that would be on my team is 3rd baseman Jose Ramirez. All right. Now, if it's a snake draft, this draft is going to have to go all the way to pick, let's see, I'm saying I'm pick 3, or did I say I was 4? We'll go with 4. If I'm pick 4, then I won't get another pick until pick 21. So we have to come all the way down here and see who's actually sticking around. Let's see, so that's 30. Somewhere around the Fernando Tatis, Pete Alonso area is where my next pick would come in. And then I would pick again around this Edwin Diaz, Justin Verlander stuff. So, I've got Ramirez. I'd say right now, well, what's coming up next? Is there another good first baseman coming up here? Not really. I don't see anything real great. Matt Olson's still there, but there's no one else I'd rather have. So I think what I might do here then is, obviously we're going to go back a page, and I'm just going to go ahead and take Pete Alonso as my first baseman. Now keep in mind, this is not scientific. If I was in a draft, someone else would be excited about a player and take them, but this is where we're at. Okay, so Pete Alonso, and now we come on to my next pick. Would happen somewhere around here. Diaz, that's not a bad idea. Verlander, it's too early for a closer for me, though. Is there someone that I would really like to have? I can't take Arenado because I already have a 3rd baseman. Would I take Marcus Semien? Yeah, let's see what this looks like if I take Marcus Semien. This is just me prepping. This is not what I'm drafting right now. I'm just seeing how this turns out. So now I've got first, second, and third base. Alonso, Simeon, and Ramirez. And where would my next pick come in? Let's see. We're going to be all the way down. Wow, it's going to be a while before a pick comes back to me. Who dog? It's about pick number 44. 45. So. Is my math wrong? What? I had pick number 24, 25, 6, 7, 8. I had pick 28. And now it's 45. Yeah, okay. So, what are we looking at here? There's some good stuff looking at pitchers here. I could have had Matt Olson instead of Pete Alonso. I guess that's kind of a wash. What would I have done instead of Pete Alonso? I don't know. Okay, but I'm looking to see what I can build here. Oh, look, here's Bryce Harper, Randy Arozarena. I can start filling in some outfielders here. Kyle Schwarber. My. What did Arozarena do last year? Yeah, that's a lot of stolen bases. Bryce Harper. He's getting old. How old is Bryce Harper? I don't know. Getting old. Didn't exactly have a great year. He keeps getting injured right now. Okay, so maybe I don't look at any of those. Maybe instead I'm looking at Kyle Schwarber. Maybe Carlos Rodon. Maybe I'm taking my first pitcher here. Okay, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Kyle Schwarber right here. Of those outfielders, I like him. So let's get Schwarber. And this is me. I'm not even looking at some of it. You know, like Corey Seager. And then on the way back, I would have about 52, which means, look at here. I could have Xander Bogaerts now as my shortstop. So let's do that. That's a good start. That's a good first 5. All right, but my next pick isn't coming back to me until pick 68. I almost feel like I should have been looking at Ohtani right here. I mean, I got Zach Wheeler and Ohtani. I should have been targeting one of those pitchers. Which one of those? Wow. That's interesting. There are some good pitchers right there. So we got to keep that in mind. All right, what's up next? Alex Manoah is still there. Max Fried, Presley, Castillo. Wow. Kevin Gausman. There are some good pitchers sitting there. But my next pick would not come up until around pick 70, which is around right here-ish. So technically I could still get Gausman. I could get Darvish. I don't need any more infielders unless I get a catcher. I'm too short on my... I really want to pick up some pitchers right here. And I'm going to start out with Kevin Gausman. See what his numbers were last year. Remember, I'm looking for strikeouts and wins. Strikeouts and wins, and we're talking he got over 200, and he had double digits with a decent ERA and whip. So, yep, I'm happy about Kevin Gausman in that position. And then my next pick will happen somewhere around here. Oh, Zach Gallen is there. I like Zach Gallen right there. What did he look like last year? He had 192 with 12 wins. Great ERA and whip, but the year before is not so good. Christian Javier. That was an interesting play last year. Able to get him late. 194 strikeouts, great ERA and whip. That's interesting because are other people wise to that? So I'm looking at a picture, obviously. A lot of folks would look at Walker Buehler, but I am biased against Walker Buehler now because he cost me a little bit. Look at him. Got the injury. He was doing poorly before the injury. The year before that, he was doing amazing. So does he come back from the injury? I don't know. He may not play due to elbow. I don't know. Going to be a while coming back for him. So, okay. If I were to do this, I would do the Christian Javier. Wow. After getting him with like the 20th round last year, I feel terrible about taking him there right now. Oh, I could have Eloy Jimenez. That's worth a look. I could have, if I had taken, remember I was talking about the pitcher instead of Xander Bogaerts, I could have had Dansby Swanson or O'Neal Cruz. Wow, I could have improved my pitching staff by doing that. Okay, so let's take a look back. Where did I take Bogaerts? All right, so if we scratch out, I'm going to scratch out Bogaerts. And then I'm going to scratch out Christian Javier. And I'm going to fill in Christian Javier with, it's either Ohtani or Wheeler. And I think I'm going to go Zach Wheeler. And that gives me, on the way back, I could have waited and had Dansby Swanson. I'll take Dansby Swanson. All right, so this is really starting to look good. I've got Gausman and Wheeler as my two top pitchers. And my infield looks like this. Alonso, Marcus Semien, Jose Ramirez, Dansby Swanson, and then I've got Kyle Schwarber starting out in my outfield. So this is really coming together quite nicely. All right, so that would have been pick, what, 75, 76? Somewhere around there. So we're coming back the other way. I won't get another pick until around pick 94. Does that seem right? Well, I got to do my math better on that. But, all right, so pick 94 comes in right around here. Ooh, look at some of these outfielders. I got Buxton and Castellanos and Corbin Carroll. Oh, look, here's Tyler Glasnow. Oh, my. I'm not real excited about some of these players. Tristan McKenzie, though, I don't hate that. There's Freddie Peralta. There's Logan Webb. Logan Gilbert. Wow. I need bats, though. I need to get some more outfield. Who's good for my outfield? Byron Buxton. Does everybody feel good about Byron Buxton? I feel good about Byron Buxton right there. How did he look last year, though? 340 at bats. You know, that's the beef on Byron Buxton. He's always hurt. He is always hurt. What about Castellanos? How did he look last year? Not great. Wow. Fellas, are we relying on what he did in 2021 to give him that ranking? Because I'm not seeing it. All right. What about Corbin Carroll? Might as well take a look. He had 104 at-bats. I don't know why he's ranked that high. Brian Reynolds. And yeah, I'm thinking I could round out some of my pitching staff right here. So, okay, Glasnow was hurt last year. How much did he play? 6 innings last year. We don't really know how he's going to look coming back from that. This is a tough spot in the draft for right here. This is actually a very difficult spot for me. Because these 3 outfielders, while the names sound great, I'm not excited. Andre Jimenez, however, I could fill in my utility spot this early. Maybe I take a closer. When these 2 are not guaranteed to stay closers. How many picks have I had? 7. I've had 7 picks, so this is round 8. Round 8. Well, there's Giancarlo Stanton. What did he do last year with his injury year? 31 home runs, 211 batting average. Tyler O'Neill, Willie Adames. I like Willie Adames. That's one of my favorite young players to try. Man, some of these pitchers are just so juicy. This Logan Webb and Logan Gilbert. I'd take either one of those. Freddie Peralta had a down year last year. Nestor Cortez. That's an interesting thought. Yeah, he had a good ERA and WHIP, 163. Is just over a strikeout per inning. He had 12 wins. That's interesting. Will he be starting again? Probably, yeah. All right. We're in a tough spot in the draft now. We've gotten to round 8, and I'm going, I don't like a lot of these picks that are in this area. When you run into a spot where you don't like the picks that are surrounding you, you can grab a round early for a player that you really want on your team, and I really want Logan Webb. So I'm going to grab Logan Webb. All right, and that's going to get me the numbers that I like, wins and strikeouts. He's not a monster in strikeouts, but it's going to be plenty, but the wins are going to be there. Logan Webb, Logan Gilbert from Seattle. What did he look like last year? Yeah, 13 wins. He's doing pretty good over here. All right, MJ Melendez, that's a catcher outfielder. He's going to be around for a long time. There is no need to grab some of these people early. All right, so I've grabbed Logan Webb with my 8th round. My 9th round pick, still going to be under 100 is the pick number. Where do we go with the round 9? Excuse me, 9. I honestly don't know what to do right here because there's so good a group of everything. I don't know what's going to go on here. These guys are all questionable because last year wasn't impressive. Carlos Correa is a decent shortstop, but I already have one. Jimenez, I love that he's a 2-position player and he's going to have another good year. What did he look like last year? Andre Jimenez, 17 home runs, 20 stolen bases, 297 batting average. Nice. How do we feel about David Bednar? Is he guaranteed to be doing the closing? He got 19 saves last year. It's nice to get a closer. See, I like to target round 8, 9, or 10, where I want to grab a closer in those rounds. This being round 9, I should genuinely start thinking about it because everyone else will be too. But look at some of these other fellas that are here. Gosh almighty, Tyler O'Neill, Willie Adames. I love Willie Adames. I love Willie Adames. Last year, 31 home runs, 8 stolen bases. Don't care about those. But, I mean, the home runs, that's what I like, right? I've talked about it. I like home run production. But I already have a shortstop, Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson is going to be just fine as my shortstop. There's Jeremy Pena at shortstop. I'm just not sure. This is tough. What did Suzuki do last year? He had a good year. 14 home runs, 9 stolen bases. You could repeat that and that would be terrible. Well, fact is, in the absence of any standouts, there's Christian Yelich, Kyle Wright, Gleyber Torres, Lucas Giolito. I can skip. There's Barlow, Rhys Hoskins. Anthony Rizzo comes in right here late. My. All right. Well, either my draft has fallen apart or I've got to go ahead and... All right, we're back to this page. I have to take a chance on someone in here. I'm already running short on outfielders. So let's take a look at outfield. All right, O'Neill, McCarthy, Suzuki, we knew about those. Who else is coming up? Melendez, Yelich, Stephen Kwan, Anthony Santander. Ooh, that's a good one to grab. Mitch Haniger. I don't hate Mitch Haniger. And after that, things start to get a little questionable. I'm not sure. I need to grab some outfielders because this is going to get ugly on me if I don't. So, let's go back here to all. And we're going to skip ahead all the way back up to, where were we? We were at 120 area, yes. All right. I need an outfielder. I need an outfielder. And let's take a look at Jake McCarthy. Yeah, that's what I thought. He's a stolen base guy, and I don't care about those. I need an outfielder, fellas. You know what? Christian Yelich. He's not far removed from some pretty great seasons. But yeah, this is pretty legit not exciting to me. He's got the speed, but he's not going to do much with it. Okay. Stephen Kwan. Was he hurt last year? Feels like he was hurt last year. Didn't do much. Well, apparently... Oh, there's Anthony Santander. This guy's exciting for home run production. 33 last year. Okay, so Santander is actually one I can wait until the next round on. So that'll be my 10th round pick. My 10th round pick would be around 129. I should be able to grab Anthony Santander there. But who else comes up? Andrew Vaughn. Lots of pitch. Oh, man, I want to get Tony Gonsolin. All right, let's go back here. I've got 3 solid pitchers in Gausman, Wheeler, and Webb. So let's skip the idea of a pitcher. And who do I take the chance on here? This is one thing that I've always said. A guy with closer experience is always going to have an advantage over all the other people in the bullpen at getting the saves. He's been in the high leverage positions, so teams will tend to look at them and go, he's been there, so I'm going to take Camilo Doval. And then when we come back around, now it's round 10, and I am taking Anthony Santander. All right, there. Now, round 11 is going to be somewhere around this same, okay, so it'd be 128 to 132-ish, somewhere in here. All right, what are we looking at then? You know who I like? I like Tony Gonsolin. I do. I love Tony Gonsolin. You should too. Love on some Tony Gonsolin. This guy. I'm taking Tony Gonsolin. I'm taking Tony Gonsolin. I have full faith in that fella. All right, so we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rounds in. That's the end of the 11th round would be pick number 132. And then it would come back up to pick 140 where I would get my next pick. Where are we at? So somewhere around here. And I've taken Gonsolin a little early. I don't mind that. Andrew Vaughn. Interesting character, isn't he? You know, you didn't know where he was going in his rookie year. You didn't know where he was going last year, but he wasn't terrible. Okay, what else we got? Joe Ryan. Had him on my team last year. I didn't hate having him on my team. Joe Ryan had last year 151, just over a strikeout per inning, 13 wins, 3.55, and 1.1 ERA. And whip. Alexis Diaz. Not sold on you, buddy. All right. What else is coming up here? Pablo Lopez. Ooh, I like Pablo Lopez. Taylor Ward. J.D. Martinez, who is now just a utility. That's interesting. Eugenio Suarez. Huh. Mitch Haniger. Oh, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Mitch Haniger last year only had 11 home runs. He was hurt a lot. The year prior, he had 39 home runs, which actually lines up, because 220 at-bats for 11, 620 at-bats for 39. Mitch Haniger fulfills that desire for home runs. But I got a friend, his name is Keith. He's always said he will not draft anyone who is injured. What did Suarez do last year? He got his 31 home runs, the same as the year before. Good RBIs, improved his batting average. Okay, so Suarez. What about Taylor Ward? I was not the Taylor Ward kind of guy, but I could see where people would be. I don't hate anybody for taking that. Oh, Haniger, I wish I could count on you to not get injured again, my friend. I tell you. But you know what? We're gonna do the Mitch Haniger. And now I get another pick right here near the same area. And you know what I'm going to do? I've got 4 starting pitchers. Okay, so I don't need to look at starting pitchers right now, which is good because the guys that are around here, I'm not excited. But I'm going to take Eugenio Suarez and go after that home run production. I want that. Okay. So now I still need to fill in a catcher, a closer, and a couple of more pitchers of my choice. My next pick, let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds. 14th round would be 14th round would be a pick 160. So where's pick 160 come in? Right around here. Who would I grab? I've already grabbed some dudes from here, but here's the thing. Don't feel bad about that. You can grab some guys early. If that's the guy you want, grab him around early. Do it. Do it. You really want that guy on your team? Put him on your team. Oh, there's Christian Walker. Oh, man, I've already filled in my utility. Dang it all. Let's see what he did last year, because look at that, 36 home runs. I love home run production. I love home run production. Ty France, Ryan Mountcastle. It'd be nice if some of these other fellas, like LeMahieu, he's got first base, second base, third base availability. So who do we look at? Not Wainwright, not Brandon Nimmo. This would be that moment where I'm regretting that I didn't take another closer earlier. Okay. See, this is what draft preparation is for me. I look through and I go, I could have had, and then I go and I make corrections. Like right now, the one that I should probably be looking at is the Logan Webb. I love Logan Webb as a starting pitcher, but I really could have been looking for another closer right there. Paul Sewell, yeah, did he get saves last year? He got 20 of them. Yeah. Okay, so this was not a terrible position. I can take Paul Sewell. And he should be ready to pitch during spring training, so we're going to be fine. And it's just minor surgery that he did. It's nothing huge. Okay. Then you know what? I never overinvest in catchers. I just take whoever's available at catcher. So, who do I want from here? I wouldn't hate having Matt Chapman on my team. I wouldn't hate Jeff McNeil. I mean, I'm not opposed to Ryan Mountcastle. I don't hate that guy. What else we got coming up? Sean Murphy, Sonny Gray, no, Josh Bell. Hey, Josh Bell. Never lose faith in Josh Bell. What's going on with Will Smith? What did he do last year? Who did he throw for? He had 5 saves, pitched 59 innings. Nothing real great. Brady Singer, no. Well, maybe. Brady Singer. Corey Knebel. Blake Trinan. How is it that Blake Trinan always ends up closing somewhere? It's weird. Giovanni Gallegos, Lance McCullers, Drew Rasmussen. See, when you start to Robert Suarez, you start to get down in these later rounds, it's hard to figure out what you're doing. Plus, at this point, people are making grabs all over in the draft, okay? It may be round 14 or 15, but people are taking someone who shouldn't be going until round 18, 19, 20 because they're really wanting to close in that team. They've only got a couple of positions left to fill in. Then they're filling in their bench, and they want to make sure they get the players that they're looking at, the ones that they really want. They're going to try everything to get that person on their team. So let's see what else is coming up. Dave Robertson, he's always good for some quality innings. Now, what I have done to myself here is I've got myself set up where I need to take some chances on some pitchers. And it's a little early to be taking some of these fellas. So, let's go back. We were at Paul Sewell, and I took him for my team. Next round. I am not opposed to Sonny Gray. Let's see what Sonny Gray looked like last year. 155 strikeouts in 135 innings. His ERA, that was 2021. Last year, right around a strikeout per inning with 8 wins, improved ERA and WHIP. So let's draft him. I'm going to take Sonny Gray. Okay, one more position and a catcher. I don't know. Just take Sean Murphy, a catcher. There we go. And one more pitcher of my choosing. Rasmussen. Jose Leclerc. He has a chance at closing out some games. What did Rasmussen do last year? What did his strikeouts look like? That I'm interested in. Less than 1 per inning, but 11 wins. A lot of wins. Jose Leclerc, what did you do last year, my friend? Did you get any saves? Yeah, you got 7 saves. Not exactly a closer last year, but he's according to this, he's got a chance at closing this year, so that's a save opportunity. So let's take a Jose Leclerc. And there we go. So, what this team ends up looking like for me is Sean Murphy at catcher. Let's break this down by position. I want to get these. Sean Murphy. Wow, he's way down here. I could have had just about anyone else, but I'm not rushing to grab catchers. I'm sorry. Everybody else can go run out and grab a catcher. The catcher's probably going to hurt your team. So what are the numbers I look for? Remember, it's RBIs and home runs. Stolen bases are a bonus. So he got 18 home runs last year. He had 66 RBIs. 67 runs. And stolen bases, we'll just give him the 1. And batting average, don't worry about batting average. If that's what you're after, go for it. But all right, let's go on to first base. Pete Alonso. Last year had. What I'm doing is I'm totaling these up so I can see what I'm looking at. 40 home runs, 131 RBIs, 95 runs. He stole 5 bases. Okay. It's pretty weak, whoever didn't get that throw out. All right, now second base with Marcus Semien. I think he got more stolen bases than I would have normally go after, but sometimes they fall in your lap. Same thing happened with Jose Ramirez. Okay. Last year, Marcus Semien with 26 home runs, 83 RBIs, 101 runs, and 25 stolen bases. Okay. Wow, those numbers really changed from 2021. 45 home runs and 15 stolen bases. He lost some power, but he gained some speed. Interesting. Next up, Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. Let's take a look at last year's stats. 29 home runs. 126 RBIs. 90 runs. 20 stolen bases. Very cool. Very cool. I'm putting together what I feel happy about. Shortstop, Dansby Swanson. I'm way down here with Dansby Swanson. There he is. I know he had home run production. He had 25 of them. 25 home runs. He had 96 RBIs. He had 99 runs. He had 18 stolen bases. Wow, that's a bonus. Heck yeah. Okay, Xander Bogaerts. Remember, I was going to have Xander Bogaerts on this team, but I changed it. He only had 15 home runs last year. So Swanson was the better choice as far as that, but Bogaerts had a .307 batting average. So, but all right. So on to outfield. Oh, I should go back to third base and look up what Suarez did for home run production. It was great. Eugenio Suarez. 31 home runs. 31. 79 or 87 RBIs. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong year there. 76 runs. No stolen bases. He doesn't steal bases. Not a base stealer. On and forward. Outfield. Who are my outfielders? Kyle Schwarber. He's a home run king last year. He was doing it. He had what, 40? 46. 46 home runs. Attaboy. 94 RBIs, 100 runs, and 10 stolen bases. Still stealing bases out there. Cool. Who's next on my outfielders? Anthony Santander. Again, home runs. Where are you at, Santander? Huh. And Mitch Haniger as well. All right. Well, not in the top 30. Santander, hello. Stats. 33 home runs last year. Very nice. 89 RBIs. 78 runs. Doesn't steal bases. Mitch Haniger. You know, I took Haniger anticipating he'll have a bit of a turnaround after the injury season. So I'm thinking he'll come back to more like his 2021 season. But let's just assume he stays healthy through and he gets 500 at-bats. So we'll give him double plus a little. We'll say if he does 500 at-bats, 25 home runs, call it 25. I'm not saying he's staying healthy the whole year. And if we did the same thing with RBIs, we would double plus some, so that'd be 70 plus some, let's call it 80. And we'll call it about 78 on runs. We're assuming that he makes 500 at-bats. If he gets his 600 at-bats like he normally would, then... Oh, also does not steal bases. Okay, so I'm looking at my bats now. All right, so what I'm looking at for the season, just out of these guys, with home runs, I'm going to add this up, and I'll get back to you. All right. At the home run spot, I ended up with 273 just from those starting positions. That doesn't include any utility people that I may have that are on the bench. This is just getting production out of the guys I chose as starters. Now, I can tell you from experience that 273 is going to be an average of about 11 or 12 home runs per week just out of those starting guys. 11 or 12 home runs per week is going to give me a win in about 70 to 75% of the weeks on home runs. I will be one of the league leaders in home runs. So I've accomplished that part of my goal. The RBI production is pretty amazing. I should again be in the top 3 or 4 on RBIs. My runs actually came in quite nice. I expect I'll be top 5 in runs. Stolen bases, not great. I'm going to average maybe 2 or 3 home runs per week. That'll win less than half the time, but better than 25% of the time. So I will get some, but I don't care about stolen bases that much. I'll accidentally get wins in that. Great thing, though, I'm looking at my pitching staff, and I'm going to announce these pitchers out again to you. Zach Wheeler, Kevin Gausman, Logan Webb, Tony Gonsolin, Sonny Gray. Those are my first 5 starting pitchers. My closers, because I didn't take an super early closer like some folks do, I got Duvall, Sewell, and Leclerc. Not the best, but it will be some production. So I'm getting underway on my preparation for this draft. I think if I can put together these bats, I'll be happy. I think I can do better than this with my bats, but we'll see. I'd like to be the first pick overall. Everybody would like to be the first pick overall. If it's me first pick overall, I'm taking Aaron Judge. If I can't get Aaron Judge, I like Jose Ramirez, and after that, you've got to start figuring out, and you got to look at this stuff early. You got to look, what positions do I need, who's available when, and what is my draft position. So, fellas, we're going to close down this on Mitch Haniger. I don't need to look at that anymore. I honestly think that we've got ourselves quite a draft coming up this year. I honestly think that I can put together an amazing set of bats with a very good set of pitchers, and I'm in the playoffs this year. So let's get to work. We got a draft coming up tomorrow. I'll let you know how that draft goes. My preparation is underway. I'm going to do some more of this and look at what I can do if I'm the 7th pick. What if I'm the 10th pick? What if I'm the 1st pick? That was just for what if I'm the 4th pick. So there's a lot more to look at. And I wish the mock drafts were open, but they are not. So we're going to get underway without being able to do any mock drafts tomorrow, just with being able to look over who's available on the list, who is available here. Catchers, who's available. Outfield, who's available. Look at them all, when they should be available. Look at that average draft position, because that tells you a lot. This average draft position tells me a lot. All right, best of luck, fellas. Make sure you go out there and don't forget to have fun.